In ways, it's an extension of the PC category that's been around for a long time. There are a set of convertibles, right, like the tablet I showed earlier, that give you the full power of a PC but can convert into a slate or a tablet mode, and I used that earlier for the handwriting recognition. In addition, there's a set of industrial-specific type of devices that have been in the market for many years. This is a type of device similar to the one I showed earlier that's full windows. It's used in a retail point-of-sale system. It has a scanner on it, a handle, a pen. I can walk around the store. I can scan a tag. I can have the customer swipe their credit card. I can have them sign for their bill. You can do all the things you need on a single device. And here is sort of a very ruggedized version and another ruggedized version. So there's a number of the devices that are out there. At the same time, we continue to see innovation. There's innovation in the hinge technology, for example, in this Dell device. There's innovation in sort of screens. This is a dual screen device from the Acer, partners at Acer, that's beautiful in terms of both its usability and the way it looks. And then there's some more innovation continuing to go on. This is the new Acer W500, and if I pull this up, you'll notice it's got full touch capability. But the nice thing is I can undock it, right, from its keyboard, and at the same time, if I want, I can simply dock it back in there. And so I have the best of both worlds. The devices are getting more powerful. This one is MSI, again another local partner, based on the Brazos chipset from AMD. You can see that I have capability to run very full function, capable games. And so it's an interesting discussion right now at the show. People are thinking about a whole range of devices in this area, but the truth is there's a phenomenal set of capability that's out there today and continues to grow. There's an Asus ePad over there, which we'll show later in the scenario. It gives you the best of everything. Full functioning PC, all the application hardware compatibility, ink input, so anything you could possibly want on a PC and in a slate form factor. And we'll see more designs coming in that area. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the progress in PCs, true traditional laptops in the last year. One of the things that's happened is if you take all the innovation in materials, in the chip technology, the work from all of our partners, you can start to see that we're getting to the very latest in thin and light design. I mean, this is the beautiful new Asus UX21 that they talked about yesterday. Johnny was kind enough to lend us one. You can see how beautifully thin it is. This goes up to a Core i7 chip, so it's extremely powerful. There's been a lot of work done on sort of power management, so you can put this to sleep and it'll stay powered for over 10 days. And so here's sort of a no-compromise solution. I can get all the functionality of a very, very rich PC in an extremely light, portable form factor. It allows me to do all the things I would want. Here I have another one. This is the Samsung 9 series. Again, super thin and light. Another core design from Intel. This is duraluminum, this is aluminum. This has a backlit keyboard. These devices are more powerful, they're brighter, they're more functional than any other device from any other ecosystem. So these are really the no-compromise solutions in this space. Now the beauty of the Windows ecosystem is I have choice. These are some AMD-powered Llano systems, these are the Brazos systems. These systems give me great capability, but I also have sort of beautiful designs, and I'll hit price points that are even more affordable. So choice is one of the things that our ecosystem collectively brings, and that's value and performance, and I can go in all different directions. Now, there's a variety of systems here, Toshiba, Lenovo, Dell, many different systems that are out. These are all professional. Here's one that got left off, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm not sure why it got left off, but one of the things that, in this case, Lenovo has been working on is that marriage of hardware and software. This is a machine that was at cold boot, so it wasn't sleeping, it wasn't hibernating, it was completely off. And Lenovo's done some work to optimize the boot time in this case, so it's about 15 seconds from cold boot to complete turn on. And here's an area where Lenovo's willing to work with corporate customers to tune their images so they can get that same fast boot performance from a machine that is tailored for an individual customer or user. Now, as we slide along here, you'll see the HP machines. They've done a phenomenal work on sound, taking advantage of Beats technology. They do some good work on customization. These platforms, as we get into the gaming machines, provide a much richer set of scenarios. I've got a nice MSI machine here. I know the Alienware, the Acer, the Asus, all phenomenal sound. This one's rather interesting. You'll notice as I step close to it, it recognizes my eyes. There's two cameras in the top of this. This is a Toshiba normal looking laptops, not released yet. But what it does is it recognizes my eyes. And then if I pull up this application, this is a 3D application where I'm going to go to 3D, but it's glasses free. So it's looking at my eyes and using that to create it. Where I'm standing now, I see a very deep, rich 3D image. For you, you wouldn't see anything. It look like a 3D without glasses. But for me, because of where I'm standing and because it's using my eyes, I get this very rich, cool image. So here's a platform for innovation. 3D, glasses-free 3D, sort of first generation, still under development, but being built on the Windows ecosystem or the Windows platform. A lot of phenomenal PCs. I'm going to move over to the all-in-ones. I'm going to switch over. All-in-ones have seen phenomenal growth in the last year. And the innovation around glass, touch, the things that are going on with Blu-ray drives, TV and applications, etc. You can see a lot of capability. Here's a History Channel app, or a History app. I'm going to click on a city. And what this does is it takes Bing Maps, along with sort of the richness of the platform, and allows you to drill in and plan a trip. So if I click on an icon here, I can go to Street View. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up the Street View. Of course, I can pan around, go look around where I want to go. If I want to get more information, I can do that. I can go back to the map view and plan a trip. Now, the nice thing here is, full touch, an application that makes sense. But in this case, Sony has taken the space around the edge and done some innovation on the hardware. So if I actually click on the hardware up in the corner here, it's going to shut that application down. Right? So now not only is the monitor itself alive and touch-friendly, but also the entire border has different things that it will do as I touch on it. So as I reach around, it does more. Good extension. I wanted to come down here. This is the first 27-inch all-capacitive touch machine that was introduced. This is the new Asus machine. I'm going to bring up that same fish demo that we saw earlier. When you get up to at the PC level, dock it on the side here, we can go up. I'm going to pick some fish here. I'm going to go up to about, let's say 500 fish. And what we can see here relative to a competitive browser, what happens when you do 500 fish in IE versus 500 fish in alternative platforms. Obviously, the performance is just outstanding. That's that connection between the underlying engine, the hardware, in this case DirectX and the graphics processing unit, and making it available to developers. Now, the cool thing here is I'm going to go ahead and shut these down. I'm going to bring up another version of IE. And recently we demonstrated IE10 at the Mix conference. So this is a platform preview of IE10. I can sort of pan around the room here. I can drill in on a particular picture. And so we get all the richness of this particular app. And this is obviously something that takes advantage of IE, the developer's capability here. It's running that same 60 frames per second. Now the interesting thing here is this is a platform preview of IE10. All the performance of IE9. At Mix, we showed this version of the browser running on next generation Windows on the ARM processor. And so here, not only have we extended IE earlier onto the phone, but you're going to see IE extend onto other processing capability in the next generation of Windows. So now we're starting to bring that connection to the cloud and services across a broader and broader array of devices and technology. That's that bridge. That's the bridge between the devices and the cloud and experiences we're going to talk about later. And we are continuing to invest very heavily in that particular area. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on TV today. Obviously, you can take all these capabilities and connect to a TV through a variety of devices. This is a very small PC as an example, through other PC form factors or other connectors. I brought along several servers, a home server, small business server, and I won't spend as much time on them today, but that's a rich part of the ecosystem. I did want to pop up front here, and one of the things that I feel very fortunate about, collectively in the industry is that we have a set of very enthusiastic customers and partners. This is actually a home-built device by an end user who wanted to sort of build something very cool, is interested in TRON. Can we bring up the machine? Obviously, this is a very high-end system. You've seen us demo, sort of I can blow this guy away if I want to. And one of the nice things that's happening with the technology, sort of between DirectX and the hardware, is you'll notice he's three-dimensional. As he sort of gets blown away, for lack of a better term, you can see all the way down to the skeleton, and he'll start to regenerate. So not only can we create very rich graphics You can create very rich 3D graphics now, and in this case taking advantage of the Nvidia technology, but many of our partners out there are building, again, that graphics processing capability. Honestly, we can show these demos, but I just wanted to show the coolness of this hardware. Right? This is the sort of power and passion of our industry and the innovation, and you don't get to devices like this too often. Last but not least, that Asus slate that I talked about earlier, that was powering this entire DJ station earlier. This is the DJ, there's an application called Tractor, which is a very popular DJ app. There's a company called Emulator that's built a very touch-friendly UI on top of that, and this projector system, so the DJ can now sit up here, as you saw earlier, she does a much better job than I do, and run the DJ system, play the music, and have a cool experience for the people in the audience to see and participate in. You can see through. And so pretty cool example of how, again, passionate people in our industry and ecosystem can build a business thinking of a very creative idea and then taking advantage of the power of the hardware. So with that, I think we did a pretty good tour of all the PCs here. I got to figure out where I left my mic. I want to thank our partners who always share with us and lend us a phenomenal amount of hardware for the show. Now,